Yo, what's up, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning in today's stream. Thank you, everyone that is also rewatching the stream. Much love to all you guys. Today we're live on YouTube and Facebook. My name's Pepouni from Swissbeatbox. Here with me is a super cool dude. His name is Sinjo. Introduce yourself.
Hey man, what's up? Hey guys, nice to be here again. For those that didn't tune in last time, it's just me and Pepouni having a chat. We're going to talk about GBB today. We wanted to talk more about stuff last time, but it went on for so long we could talk forever, to be honest. But yeah, I'm the head of sound for Swiss Beatbox. For those who don't already know me, and for those who do, what's up, man?
Yeah, and I remember last week was a really cool experience for us when we had this live stream. We said like, we're gonna chat a little bit for 60 minutes, but then we ended up doing it for like 95 minutes, and we were actually not done. But here we are talking today about Grand Beatbox Battle, which we are
Yeah.
believing is going to happen this year. It has to, for sure.
Mm.
What do you say, Aaron? What would happen to the world if there is no GBB? Oh my God.
There's GBB. It's just whether or not how we can do it exactly. But I'm being pretty optimistic. Let's see what happens. I mean, the vaccines are rolling out nicely. Let's hope that we can do it with a full event. If not, there's other options that we can do. But yeah, I'm being pretty optimistic. I believe in the power of manifestation. So I'm focusing all my energy on that and making sure that we can do this.
Same,
It's been too
same.
long, man. I miss the beatbox family. Like that event is such an iconic moment, and it just solidifies the bond with everyone in the family. And without that for so long, I feel lost and disconnected with
Yeah.
everyone.
No, it's really the goal to create the biggest beatbox party we have ever done this year in October, and I'm really excited. I feel like it's going to be a party, yes, for sure, but I believe more than anything else, it might be a very, very huge and big emotional moment when the world finally comes back together, where beatboxers from Africa, Asia, Australia, Latin America, North America, and Europe are finally reunited again. And this is something that we just haven't seen in almost 2 years, I would say, right? If you
Yeah,
think about it, Sinjo, the last GBB was just 2 years ago. Can you actually believe it? We need this
dude.
event so bad.
That
I'm
might
going
explain
crazy.
my depression. It's been so long.
Before we start, obviously, we want to say very much a hello to everyone in the chat that is with us today. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everybody that became a member last time. We really are seeking for everybody to become a member. If you haven't become a member yet, we're trying to aim on this, so we're going
Quick
hard on that. Please,
Big shout
please.
out to Crypto Beatbox donating $50. Wow. Thank you so much, man. You're amazing. That's
Thank you,
epic.
Clipto.
Hey,
Yeah, that's
I just
amazing.
want to point something out. I've just noticed it might be a bit confusing. The title of the live stream is Grand Beatbox Battle 2021 live stream. Guys, this is not the GBB 2021 live stream. This is just me and Pepouni talking about it. We should probably change the name of that title because I think some people might think that GBB is happening right now, but it's not. It's going to happen soon in the towards the end of the year. But we're just
Wow.
going to be talking a bit about some of the stuff that we've noticed happening, and just some of the rules and all of the stuff around the upcoming wildcard competition that's happening right now. So that's the idea of this live stream. It's just me and Pepouni having a chat. You guys get a bit more of an insight. It's nice, I think, for people to have a bit of a look behind the scenes of what's going on in the company and in the YouTube channel to see how we're running things and what's going on, and all of the different things happening. Pepouni and Sinjo, what's up today? Rutger Heck. Shout out to you, Rutger. Not much. We're sitting here having a chat about GBB. Pepouni, you want to
Yeah.
kick things off?
Yeah, I want to just say one more time, thank you so much for the donation. Thank you, everybody that becomes a member. Please, if you want to help us out and you're serious or you just love us, become a member. We're gonna have a stream next week just for members as well. We're really gonna try and kick this off more professional. So everybody that becomes a member, it will warm our heart. It means the world to us. So please, if you feel inclined anyhow, there are easy options. It's just $1 a month. Help us out. Every cent that we have counts. So we can actually come in together with our team and run events like GBB. But yeah, GBB, as the title of this stream says, is not happening right now. We're just having a talk about it. But what started right now is the GBB 21 wildcard contest. And we saw already some of the wildcards. It's amazing. And we are excited and we will hope obviously more wildcards will come in. And I see Chill's Beatbox just gave also donations of $2. Junior Beatbox Battle. Chill's Beatbox, you're completely right. This has to happen. Unfortunately, it will not happen this year because we're so busy with everything we're trying to plan. But this thought is something we're going to pick up, and we're looking into the year 2022 to have a juniors battle for GBB. I think this is a really smooth and great idea. Let's just give it a try, or at least us as a team, we're going to sit together and talk about it. But right now, our focus is on the wildcard competition of Grand Beatbox Battle 2021. There's quite a little bit of information that we have to share with you today. But before we jump into that, maybe we want to say a few things a little bit about the history of GBB, Aaron. Or is it okay for you if we just dive into that, or do you have something else to add on this?
Let's do this. Yeah, I just had lost my train of thought. I'm looking at all these amazing comments coming through. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for all the love. It really means a lot. Back to what you were saying before about membership. We're going to be doing a lot of stuff with members, members only live stream, behind the scenes stuff. So make sure you guys get on that. But today, yeah, we want to talk a bit about what it means for us, because I think a lot of people underestimate or don't see a lot of the work that goes into running the GBB. Like a perfect example is Chills, man. It's such a good idea. I think we've talked about this in person. You've messaged me on Instagram before, doing juniors only. It's in a perfect world, we'd do it straight away. But there's so much work that goes into the logistics of running an event of this size. I mean, just adding these extra categories now, we've had to add on an extra day, which is great. We love the fact that it can run longer, but there's just so much work involved, and just one little extra change, it might seem like nothing to the community, but for the logistical side of the business, it's so much work. But I think when it comes to the history of GBB, I came in late. Like my first GBB was 2014. So maybe Pepouni, you can talk a bit about what happened before then and how it all started and what got us to this point.
Yeah, I think a lot of people don't know that GBB was invented by a dude called Claudio Rudin from Switzerland, from Basel,
Shout out to
Switzerland.
Claudio. Love
Shout
that
out to
guy.
Claudio. He is a legend for creating this event. And he was just running it. I think the first edition was back in 2009. And then in 2009 and 2010, it was just a local battle. But it was quite funny. But I was even battling myself there. I did an elimination in 2010.
Is there a video of that?
There's no video of that, and it was
horrible. Damn.
It was disgusting. I didn't pass next round, and some of my friends that came through said, like, man, we know that you can beatbox much better. What did you do on stage? I guess they just didn't understand that I'm actually not that good in beatboxing. But don't forget, if you bring us memberships in, I will beatbox for you guys. If I'm good or not doesn't really matter. I want to beatbox for you, homies. But yeah, it was Marcel from Switzerland that won the first two editions. And there was one very funny thing about those first two GBBs. There was always a German beatboxer along all the other Swiss beatboxers that we had in the battle. And I asked Claudio, hey, why is this German dude here? We are here only Swiss beatboxers. And he was like, everybody can come and enter. And I was like, yo, what about this? Why shouldn't we not bring all international beatboxers to this event? So I reached out and I called Korean Effects, Scott Jackson, Skiller, and a bunch of the UK guys, and they all came. And then in 2011, it became an international battle, but it was actually run through Claudio Rudin at the B Scene Club Festival, the biggest club festival in Switzerland. And Swiss Beatbox basically had nothing to do with it. All we did just came in and we were filming it. And then in 2011, Skiller won. And then 2012, Ball Z won in the final against Skiller. You should go back and watch these videos to get yourself some education. But then in 2013, we changed the format into the showcase battle. We said, like, there are so many classic battles. Let's just focus on showcasing, right? Beatboxing is music. Beatboxing is love. Beatboxing is about an artist going on stage and show what he can do in a couple of minutes rather than just having an elimination round of 2 minutes. So we said, let's make a showcase battle out of it, and we did it with 6-minute rounds in the beginning. And the best 4 artists then go into the small final and the final to give another 6 minutes. And then in 2014, the same. This was the first year when Sinjo came in. And then in 2015, we said we're gonna mix it up again. And by the way, Clipto Beatbox, thanks again for your donation. That's super, super, super nice. I just want to point out as well, Clipto, if you want to become a member and support us, this is something that we would also really, really appreciate it. So anytime you feeling that you want to help us or support us, become a member. But then, yeah, I mean, in 2014, we had the last edition of Showcase Battles. 2015, we started to mix it up again, where we said, like, we're going to do show and classic battle mixed up. And this was originally the birth of GBB, how it stands today, with the only difference that in these days, we, instead of having a top 4 battle, we have a top 8 battle after the show round. And instead of the rounds being 6 minutes long, in 2014, it was only 5 minutes because it was too hard for the beatboxers. We decided to actually put it down to 4 minutes and then have a classic battle instead of going into another final, just to show a little bit more excitement to the world. But
now
then
now it's 5 minutes again, right, for the elimination showcase.
For looping, for solo, it remains 4 minutes.
Yep.
Because we're adding an additional round, but we're going to talk about this in just a second. I will pass you the word on in just a second, Aaron. I just want to point out in 2016, we added the tag team category. That is still the same. You have an elimination round, and then we do the top 4. And this year, we really would like to test also the crew and the tag team loop category. But that's something we will have to test out and see how it goes. But Aaron, let us know, how was the experience for you joining the GBB for the first time in 2014, and then really becoming a part of the team, doing for the first time the sound live in 2015? How was that for you?
Yeah, I mean, that was life-changing. GBB, being there for my first international event, it was unbelievable coming in from, I mean, my situation's kind of unique. I've been isolated my whole life with beatboxing and coming from the other side of the world, and then just being thrown into this monster of a community. I mean, it's crazy now, but back then for me it was a monster because I didn't even know any other beatboxers existed. So for my personal experience, it was completely life-changing hanging out with everyone. I just saw in the comments Hobbit saying, yeah, back when I met him. Shout out to Hobbs. Yeah, I met everyone then. That was like when I met a lot of the people that are now some of my best friends in the world, was at GBB. And that's something that I've noticed over the years. People make lifelong friendships and connections there. It's such an incredible place to be. And I was just there in support for recording with Bilo, actually, when I was working with him. And I was just there as a guest, really. And I got to witness the whole thing. And then the next year I ended up helping, I can't remember his name. I feel really bad for this, but there was a guy that ran the sound every year. I really he's such a good sound engineer. He's a legend. He was one of the first guys I ever worked with professionally. I learned a lot from him.
I remember the guy. Yeah.
I can't remember his name. I'm so sorry if you see this. I'm so sorry for forgetting your name, bro. It's been so long. But yeah, I kind of came on as an assistant, just to be like the beatbox expert with him. And over the years, it just got to the point where I was doing more and more and more in terms of the sound. But watching it grow, I feel so special. Even from 2014, like listening to you talk about it from before then, it makes me feel young again, which is such a good feeling, because these days all I feel is old watching the community grow the way it is. But yeah, it's so incredible to see where it's come over the years. It's kind of like the reset of the year, you know, like we go through the whole year, and then GBB is like, it's like New Year's Eve in a way for the beatbox community. Yeah. It's like the reset of the whole year. And then when it's over, it's just like, oh, it's got another year to wait until GBB. It's just, it's that same feeling every year.
Yeah, we need it back. We need it back so bad, don't we?
So bad. But yeah, it was just, it's so incredible. Like I feel it's so weird though, being a part of it now from a organizatory role and working and running the event. I kind of miss those old days of just being a guest and being like, so hyped to be there. I like 2019, for example, I don't know if a lot of people know, but Scott Jackson's one of my best friends in the community, and we usually spend a lot of time hanging out together, especially at GBB. And he came up to me at one point in the night after the event. He's like, I miss my buddy, man, because I was just so busy. I didn't have a single moment to chill out with people. So I miss that side of it. But I mean, being a part of the team and running this event, it's such a huge honor. It's for me, it's the best event of the year for sure for beatboxing. And I
I
miss it.
think so too. I think so
Yeah.
too. And I want to just point out really quick to the chat. There's Napalm here. Much love to you, homie. We're missing you. At least we were able to meet you a couple of weeks ago. I'm sure we're gonna meet again this year. There's Chungbao and Chihuahua here. What's up,
Wallet's also in
guys?
the chat. Shout out to Wallet.
Yeah, and there's Mautari, the organizer of the Brazilian champs. Sangue bom, carai, tamo junto, irmãozinho. I want to say hello to everyone that is in here. Please become a member. We really want to see more members coming in. It really means a lot to us. It's a lot of help. Not that I'm here just begging at you guys. I just want to throw out a few reminders to all of you. Thanks for that. And that's very interesting what you're saying, Sinjo. It's hard for us as an organizer, but we also want to serve people and want to make people happy, and we want to give people hope. So it's part of the job, isn't it? We have to just be strong at these points.
I've come to terms with that.
Yeah, I believe right now in this situation that we are in, it's a pandemic and we cannot travel and we are stuck at home and it's horrible, even though we are privileged and we had a couple of moments where we were able to travel, and we are going in 2 weeks to Warsaw to check out the new venue, and we're trying to do another live stream there to show you how we're gonna do it. At least that's the goal. I can't promise anything, but it is this moment of life where we are saying, okay, everybody just stay strong right now mentally, try to fight through. Happiness is coming stronger back more than ever before, but we have to just wait and be patient. And we guarantee you, after postponing GBB twice last year, after we had to cancel it exactly 1 year ago, it's time we're bringing out the next edition. We want to keep on with this tradition. We want to bring you guys together. We want to create historical moments that were not created before. And I believe this GBB that is coming this year, guys, is going to be the biggest beatbox event that has ever happened in history. I mean, I saw Alem putting in a wild card. His last wild card was back in 2012, right? How fucking insane was that? Sorry for cussing, guys, but this is unbelievable.
Yeah, he hit me up to master it, and I was like, "What? You're doing a wild card?" So I got to find out before anyone else. Yeah, for those who don't know, I'm mastering wildcards. We'll talk about that later on. But yeah, when Alem asked me, I was like, "Dude, this is crazy. It looks stacked." So we've got some crazy people coming. I mean, let's see if he wins a wildcard position. There might be some crazy wildcards out there that destroy him, but it's definitely looking up to be a crazy battle. I just wanted to say one thing though, because there's the one major thread going through this chat. Shout out to Vocoder. Wow. The one major thread going through the chat I see right now is who are the judges for the GBB. We will announce it in time, guys. So please stop asking. We haven't finalized everything. We've got a few lists going on. There's stuff happening, but in terms of who are the official judges for the event, we will announce that in good time. I know you guys want to have the inside info already, but it takes time to organize everything, and we're going to do official announcements on our Instagram. So yeah, calm down with those questions. Maybe ask some more relevant stuff that's happening right now, like the Wildcard Competition, which is what we want to talk about today.
Before though we jump into this very quickly, sorry about that. Clipto Beatbox, man, you're crazy. You're crazy. Thank you so much for another donation.
What?
You gave my life meaning, dude. And I owe it to give it my all. One day I'll get my name out there. Yes, you will. Just never give up. Keep fighting. I want to say hello to Vocoder and Ballistics. What up, homies? I hope you guys are doing well. We're going to announce the GBB wildcard information just in a second. But I also want to say, Brandon Cooper, you are a new legacy member. Thank you so much. For you, I will beatbox. Next week, we're going to do a members live stream. Join, tune in, and we meet there and have a more talk. And there's also Adam Andrew Core, Beatbox Television.
Yeah.
Bro, we haven't heard from you in years, man. I hope you're doing good, man.
Shout out to Adam. I remember my first GBB standing with Bilo, Adam, and Pepouni in a circle having a chat like, what am I doing here? This is crazy, you know?
Yeah. Crazy time. No, thank you guys for tuning in today, and much love to Vocoder. He told us he wants to record a shout out for us. He just can't hold stuff back. I think you're crazy, Vokoda. You're absolutely crazy. You don't have to do that. But if you want to do a shout out for us, you don't have to hold back. Just do something that already everybody knows. But much love to you, man, for real. And obviously, Vokoda is running an educational series. You know, you can learn about beatboxing and a couple of other things. Please go follow Vokoda now on Instagram or just direct message him on Instagram. You can buy his coursework and just look into what he's doing. Just do that right now. It would be a huge favor for me because I know Vokoda has a great heart and I just can't wait to give a hug to this guy, man. We're in October for GBB. Practice, Vokoda. You should.
Yeah, it's
You
awesome
really
that
should.
people are doing more educational content. So big ups for that, man. That's awesome.
Yeah. All right, but let's come back to the wildcard competition. Maybe Aaron, why don't you just take the lead here a little bit and I follow you? How should we proceed into this? There are so many topics we want to talk about today, right?
Yeah, there is a few. We actually almost skipped one. Maybe we can talk about it a bit later. The 2019 GBB and how that was so different and what happened with that whole debacle. But let's stick with something a bit newer for now. We can come back to that. What I wanted to say first is a lot of the questions I've been seeing is who is qualified from the last competition. So one of the key things is all of the previously qualified artists from the last wildcard competition are still qualified, barring a few exceptions. Some people canceled before the pandemic happened. Those people stay canceled. Those that canceled after, there was a specific cutoff date. We've already talked about that. They stay qualified. Because obviously it's not their fault what happened. Some of the people canceled for other reasons that had nothing to do with that. Yes, mate.
The only people that are out of the competition were the people that canceled before the official canceling. This means we planned to have the event in April, but there were two people. It was Elise and Lightship that canceled. They have to redo their wildcards again. Everyone else remains qualified. I don't know, Aaron. Should we just go through that list somehow, one by one?
So I was thinking we can alternate. Do you want me to take solo or do you want to have solo?
You go with solo, or we just say two names each and then we switch.
That could get confusing. I'll stick with solo. You can do loop. So for solo, we've got 7 new wildcards available. So for all those entering the new competition, there are 7 spots free. If someone cancels, we will take the person that's next in line in this new wildcard competition. So the old wildcard competition doesn't count anymore when it comes to the rankings. In the past, if someone canceled from the list, we would always take the next person in line who qualified. We will take that person from the new wildcard. So if you entered a wildcard last time and didn't qualify, please make sure you re-enter again, because you might get the chance to get through again when you didn't last time. I'll list off the people that are qualified from the last event. I'm not sure if this is an exact order. It looks like it might be an order of the rankings, but I'm not sure.
I think so.
Trung Bao, Wawad, Collapse, Vokoda, Android, Mr. Androida, sorry, MB14, Helium, Decoy, 2H, Tomazakra, Biat, Theka, Inertia, Zero, and Hiss. We did have a spot set aside for the Beatbox to World winner, but unfortunately that event was cancelled as well. So that spot now is going to be filled in with one of the new wildcards. So we have 7 total wildcards giving away for the new competition. Do you want to take away with the loop, mate?
All right. So for the loop station category, we're going to give away 4 more wildcards. And in the end, we're going to have an elimination round there. And then it's going down to a top 8 battle. And the people that qualified last time was Robin from France, Brass from France, Shin from Germany, Jimmy from France, Soso from Japan, Balance, or in English Balance, from UK, Slizzer from Austria and Luxembourg, Gasper Grom from Slovenia, Sungbeats from the United States of America, Gotenberg from France, Ridmind as the defending champion from France, Enemy from Italy, and Frosty, who won the online battle from the UK.
Guys, I'm sorry. I realized I missed a name out from the last list. Napalm, of course. Napalm. I don't know how I missed that. I was typing it out before And I know I had it in there, but somehow I missed it. I already mentioned Zero. I saw a few people asking, what about Zero? Zero's in. He won the GBB online, so he qualifies. But yes, Napalm is one of the contestants who got in. Sorry about that.
It's
I'm
gonna
a
be
bit
a crazy
jealous.
battle. It's gonna
You
be a
mentioned
crazy battle.
all their nationalities. I didn't think about that. So big ups to
It's all
Pepouni
right.
for knowing where everyone is from. Literally the most friend zone guy in the world. Have you seen that
It's a
meme?
good thing. It's a good
Have you
thing.
seen
Yeah, it's a good
Have you
thing.
seen that meme?
Hey, I'm your friend. I'm here to help you guys out. I support you all. This is what a friend is
Yes.
standing for, right?
Yeah.
I'm here
No,
for everyone.
it blows my mind sometimes how good your memory is with stuff like that. I swear you have like a semi what's that called again?
A
Oh my
special
God.
brain.
No, that someone that remembers everything they see. I can't believe I've forgotten what this is
A
called in English. Doesn't
photographic
matter.
brain. That's how
Yes,
it's
thank
called.
you. Thank you. Just had a mind blank for a
I don't
second.
know. I don't know.
A little bit. But anyway, yeah, so that's the loop station category. We've got also, so for loop, we have 4 wildcards that we're giving away. So for the wildcard competition, those guys entering, there are 4 spots. Oh, I had a heart attack. I don't know if you guys saw Brez's April Fools that he did.
That was
Oh my God, it destroyed me because he didn't say anything to us and then posted a video saying he's giving away his spot and re-entering. And we all had a bit of a heart attack, like, wait, what's going on? Oh my God. And then called him. He's like, dude, it's April Fools. Like, oh man, you
before we continue.
got us so
I
good.
just see a lot of comments asking about the judges. We just had this topic, guys. The judges will be announced in a couple of weeks. Just be patient. If you just keep asking about the judges, I won't be able to give you an answer. We had if you want a hint, you can go and see who we had booked as judges for the 2020 version. And that
True.
gives you a little bit of an orientation. There will be some switches. We are
Mhm.
solidifying everything because some of the judges were like, oh, I want to battle. Some of the judges were like, oh, I don't want to participate as a judge anymore. We don't know yet. So just wait. Be patient, please, homies. Just wait a little bit. In 1 or 2 months, everything will be clear and you can celebrate on the judges. Much
Yeah.
love to you.
I know you guys want to get the inside information as soon as possible, but we have to finalize everything first before we can announce it. So please be patient for that. For the next category, we have you listed off Loop Station now, right?
Exactly. So you go
Cool
with the
beans.
tag teams.
Yes, perfect. So for tag team, we've got 3 new wildcards that we're giving out. So for tag team participants, if you want to come to the battle, put together your wildcard. You guys have a bit longer than everyone else, but we'll get to that. But the list of pre-qualified people from the last year's event is Rogue Wave, which is Collapse in River, Abducted, which is Tomazaka and Mr. Androida, Wolfgang, which is MB14 and Sarah. I'm excited for that one. Shadow Sumo, which is Kim and Big Ben. Zen Hit, which is Akinde and Kenozen. A Cloud, which is Acam and Cloud. Rofu, which is Fuga and Hirohisa. And Middle School, which is Supernova and Footbox G. Oh man, they're going to be such dope battles. Oh my God, I get goosebumps when I'm thinking about it. Jesus.
And it's going to be minimum 3 wildcards. So here we will have an option open. If there's a team, that somehow has to be there, we will have a look into this. We are not the judges, but we will communicate with the judges, obviously, to find out. And by the way, all the results, once they are coming out, we're going to do it in a live stream with the judges. So they can also have a little chat about it, about why they choose certain things or ways, just to clarify the situation. So we're trying to put fires out and satisfy everyone.
That's something that really we enjoyed a lot from the kickback battle that we're going to try and incorporate to all our other events is bring in the artists and the judges more into these live streams, watching the results, watching the videos, reacting and discussing certain elements of it. We can do it both with live events and with online battles. So for the wildcard results, we're going to do that same thing where we put together a full video of the winners in order and watch it together with the judges. And then judges can talk about specific parts that they like and break it down as to why they voted the way they did. We think that's a really nice element of what Kickback brought to us, and we want to bring that into all the other events that we do.
Perfect. I would say I would take the last 2 categories since we're now reaching into the fields of testing, that solo, loop solo, and tag team are the official categories of our event. we're doing 2 categories that are really small, not too big, as a tester, which is crew and tag team loop. And I really want to say a couple of things, and it can be done very fast. So for crew, we have Squid, which is Robin, Brass, Gothenburg, FIB, and Orphy representing France on this one. Then we have MOM, or MOM, or Malfomatic from Vienna, Austria, with Slither Eon and Geo Popov. Massive shout out to these guys. Swish has so much content for many years. He will release everything one day in his life.
Behind the
One day
scenes.
in his life, yeah. And we have the Razones from Germany with Johannes, Kais, Philipp, and Raphael from Berlin, I would say. These guys
those guys are
just released a video a couple of
so
days ago of them.
they're so dope. Don't underestimate these guys. I did, and they just like we did a live event with them, and I was so blown away by their show. It's crazy. So don't just because you think you haven't heard of them before, don't underestimate what these guys are going to bring. It's going to be a great crew battle.
Yeah. And B-Art is here as well. Shout out to B-Art and greetings to the Netherlands or wherever you are right now. Much love. Hope everything is good on your side. But to finish it with the crew, we're giving away 1 wild card. And this is then 4 teams that we have in total. And everybody will perform 6 minutes on stage. It's going to be like the classic style that we had, just but 1 round only. 6 minutes. So 4 times 6 minutes, we're going to have 24 minutes of battle showcase time with the crews. With the tag team loop, we're not giving away more wildcards because it's just untapped. Crew beatboxing is a thing that has always existed. Tag team loop is something that somehow started coming out through us because we endorsed it and we invited Tom and Gene and MB14 and Sauro to work on it. I remember we had a battle from a La Cup in Belgium that happened where it was B-Art and Ibarra battling Fire Brass and BMG, I think. That was like the only attempts we have seen so far. Therefore, we're not going to put more wildcards in. And we also heard that Freedom of Sin is not going to participate. So Freedom and Sin are out of the competition. They still have a chance, but that looks like it is actually an official thing. So we're going to have 3 teams there. It's going to be Sorry, which is So-So, and Rusi representing Japan. Scam Talk as Gothenburg and Brass from France. And it's going to be Barry, which is Rip Mind and Beatness. And Barry is, if you are smart enough, you can say that this is half of Barry 1.
So for those wondering, those battles are going to be showcase battles. No face-to-face. It's going to be on stage. They get a certain amount of time to perform their best music, and then the next one comes on. And so it's not face-to-face battling with rounds. It's just a showcase battle. I just wanted to answer one real quick question. Someone mentioned that why do you have to be from the same country to compete as a crew? You don't. We've never had that limitation. That's just what happens, generally speaking, because it's to become a crew, you really have to train a lot together. And those that are training together are usually living in the same town from the same country. So it ends up usually that's what happens as a case. But you don't have to be from the same country to compete in a crew. You just have to train enough to get good enough to compete at that level. And to do that, most of the time, people live in the same country. So I just wanted to answer that question. Someone also mentioned something about Kohi, that he's not on the list. Is there a reason why Kohi's not on the list?
Kohi should be on the list. Yeah, it was a mistake. He should be on the list.
That's a mistake on my side. Sorry, guys. We have so many pages of documents with artists, so sometimes I might miss a name. So I apologize about that, Kohi. I remember also judging that wildcard. So, yeah, Kohi is on the list.
I just wanted to point this out one more time, that crew and tag team loop is a testing field for us. So we want to keep it small and see what is the potential. I just have a hard time believing that there will be many, many crews popping up. This is something that has to develop itself over the years. So we have to see if this is something that we're actually trying to do again. Same with tag team loop. Maybe we just keep it very small or bring it back after 1 year of a break again. We want to see how this goes, obviously. So we want to see and follow the trends or see if we are actually able to create trends. So please have an understanding on here. But I hope you have a good feeling for the solo loop and the tag teams. And yeah, let's just make some crazy beatbox battles with that.
Yeah, it's going to be so exciting.
Let's find out very soon who is going to be the wild card winners. So for solo and loop, you have 1 month of time. For tag team and crew, you have 2 months of time. We understand the pandemic, it's difficult. You should
Yeah.
you should somehow find ways to meet up. I know there are challenges and roadblocks in there, so we want to give you one more month of time to practice so you can really bring out the best videos that you can. For Tag Team Loop, we just don't see it happening that within 2 months so many crews can form themselves that it can be a really nice competition from a wildcard perspective. So please mind with us and don't have an understanding that we're not going to do it. But
This is
important, yeah, this is
I was just going to say this is a new category. So this is a testing run for us. I know it's stretched out now to 2 years because we couldn't run the event last year, but it's going to take time to develop that scene, and we just want to get the best of the best for now to showcase what's possible, and especially now with everyone being in lockdown. So be patient. We will eventually, if it goes well with this category, we'll open it up to more participants for the next year with one. But for now, that's just the way it stands. I think we want to talk a little bit about remind people of the wildcard rules.
That's what was my point, and I feel
Yeah.
like GBB is growing and it becomes more serious. It's called also World League right now, so you should be able to call yourself world champion of the solo league or of the loop station league or of the tag team league. And we're really trying to build on something, a real system. Hopefully one day, it could even go to the Olympic Games, who knows? But we're really
Oh,
interested
that would
in
be so
trying
cool.
to create something more official, trying to go into details in every possible direction. It will take time, it will take a few years, but we're into this. But therefore, it starts with the wildcard contests. We have rules, and if we want to build a system, everybody has to follow the rules. And therefore, I want to pass on the word to Sinjo that will have some really great inputs on that.
Yeah, I can be the bad guy and tell you guys the rules.
Good cop,
um,
bad cop.
exactly.
No,
I keep seeing a lot of people are not really paying attention to these rules, because I know in the past it was kind of, you just upload your wildcard to YouTube and then we go through and we find all of them. Unfortunately, we can't do that anymore because the event is just so massive. We have to put a set of guidelines to enter the competition. Otherwise, it's just pure chaos now. I mean, the last event got how many hundreds of millions of views? It's such a massive thing that we need to standardize this. And of course, if we want to make it to places like the Olympics or make this an official, like a sport basically, which is what it's kind of growing into, we need to have standardized rules that everyone applies to. Otherwise, this just won't work. I would love to keep it family friendly and just mates coming together to do fun stuff. It's a good vibe, but it's not the direction it's heading in. We want to make this an official worldwide standard. So we do have to keep a bit of a hard line. One of the things that we notice a few people are doing, and you know who you are, some guys that we know personally have done this. You're not submitting on the website. So if you want to get your GBB wildcard in to the battle, you have to go online. The link will be in the description below, I hope. If not, we will post it in the chat now. I think Jack or Hideful's behind the scenes, they can get on that. It's the wildcard submission page. So on our website, if you open up Swissbeatbox.com, the second new thing in the news feed is the GBB wildcard. In there is a list of all of the rules, which you need to read really carefully before you record your wildcard. And then once you've read them all, you can get all the guidelines correct, record your wildcard, upload to YouTube, and then enter it through the submission form. If you don't enter it through the submission form, you won't be judged and you won't be qualified to get in. There's no way for us to chase everyone up now. It takes so much time just to run the logistics behind the scenes. We cannot be going through the YouTube playlist and looking for every single person's uploaded wildcard, or on Facebook or wherever you upload it to. So you must upload it to YouTube and then you must submit it through the website form. If you don't do it, you will miss out. A couple other points, one of them being the time limit that people are not paying attention to. You have a time limit for each different category. We've given a window of plus or minus 5% for that time limit. So if it's a 2-minute wildcard, you can finish 6 seconds earlier or 6 seconds later. That's a window of 12 seconds, which is quite a long time. If you think about a beatbox routine, 12 seconds is a long time. So as long as you finish in that window, you're fine. If you're not inside that window, you won't be qualified. We have done it in the past where we've judged it with less points, which doesn't really work as a system, because how do you define how much a second is worth in points? So it has to be like with any competition that has a rule around a time limit. If you don't stick to the time limit, you don't qualify. We did list that time limit in the rules, but for some reason people are still entering wildcards that are way outside those time limits. So we just want to make it very clear that if you don't stick to the time limit of the wildcards, you won't be qualified. It's really important. For those people who have already, I'm going to make a video defining this next week. We're going to post a video I want to reiterate these points and make it really clear. But for those people who may have misunderstood that, we will make an exception that you can re-record and re-upload your wildcard before the due date. For those that might have misunderstood that it's just a guideline, I know we haven't been very clear on this, how strict it is. We just assumed if we tell people, hey, this is the time limit, people would stick to it. But we've had quite a few submissions where they're not sticking to this rule. So we will give you the exactly. We will give you the benefit of the doubt for this one. But from next week on, once we've made the official statement, anyone who hands in a wild card that sits outside the time limit, you won't get in. And we also make it clear that you could disqualified. Exactly. We also make it very clear that you could only upload one submission. So if you upload a submission and it doesn't stick to the rules, you won't get a chance to upload it again. For this one rule, we are saying now we'll give you the exception. If you have this problem that you've uploaded a wildcard that doesn't stick to this time limit, you can contact us and we will chat to you through email. What's the email for contacting through that? Sorry, my mind's just gone blank on that. Do you know?
Support at Swissbeatbox.com.
One. So if you email support@swissbeatbox.com, if you've already made an application and you've submitted your wildcard and you know you sit outside. Now, when I say 2 minutes plus or minus 5%, that's 2 minutes of beatbox time. When you start beatboxing to when you finish beatboxing. It doesn't include talking and the intro when you're talking about where you're from and who you are and stuff. It's just beatboxing time. So when you start beatboxing to when you finish should sit for solo 2 minutes plus or minus 5%, which is 6 seconds on either side. For loop is 3 minutes, right? Loop is 3 minutes, and that's plus or minus 9 seconds. So you can finish, you have a window there of 18 seconds, which is a long time. So just make sure you make it clear. I just saw, oh no, Shogo's wildcard is not on the Swissbeatbox website. Yeah, see, that is a good example. He
Shogo,
did not.
Come on, you gotta read it. If you are here and you care, go and tell Shogo to submit it to the website.
We've sorted it.
But guys,
we've had a chat.
It's important. Listen to the rules, read it. We want to take you serious. We want to give you fair procedures. Then please take us serious. For many years, we were just dealing with it, but we're too big now as a platform. We're just a small group of friends. We really want to put emphasis on this, that we're being taken serious. So submit your wildcard to swissbeatbox.com. It's the second article on the website. Go on that article, scroll down to the bottom of the part where it says submit wildcard and hand it in. Then the judges will receive it and judge it. And if you don't do it and you expect us to just go on YouTube and we type in Beatbox wildcard, you think we're looking for you? No, we don't. You have to put it on the website. Very, very simple. And if you don't know about the time, or like we received beatboxers saying, I say my wildcard is just so and so long, or I just received emails from beatboxers sending me the wildcard, it's a no. This is not working. We're very serious people. Yes, we're funny people too, and we love to party with everyone. But on a different note, we want to make this competition very serious with Grand Beatbox Battle. So please, we want to take you serious. We want to give you a good set of rules that is fair. Then also just please play along with it. So thank you, Sinjo, for clarifying this. I really appreciate it.
For putting it going in.
And I want to say thank you, Vocal Mind Beatbox, for becoming a legacy member. We have 3 members made today. Our goal is 100. As long as we stream, we're gonna aim for those 100 members. Please, everyone who is listening here or is tuning in here, please, please, please become a member. It would be really nice. Again, I'm saying it. I'm not here to be begging or something like that, but this is something that means a lot to us. We want to build community. We really want to do some work with you together, but we need a little bit more members in order to come in and start to do some proper work with you guys. But anyways, thank you for that. And if you are here now watching and you're not sure, I want to tell you, become a member and we're gonna have more and in-depth personalities, conversations, and all this kind of stuff. But yeah, I wanna point very quickly something out. I saw also a few comments about Elise. We had this topic already today in the stream, but I want to repeat it. Elise canceled GBB before the GBB was officially canceled, so he dropped out of it, and therefore he has to do a new wildcard. He got replaced with Decoy. So Decoy was the next one in line that takes Elise's spot, and he stays and remains qualified. We talked already with Elise. Elise is cool with it. He says Decoy deserves it, and Elise is going to record a new wildcard contest. And by the way, big shout out to Elise and Beatbox Education. If you're here, go on Instagram, follow Beatbox Education, him and Villain, and on Shazam's Discord and Shin's Discord. They're doing some great stuff out there. Education is something of the most important thing that we have to do. And I see somebody followed what I said. Zach Kutas, welcome to SBX Basic member. We have already 4 members now. Thank you, man. This means the world to us. And there's Shadow Strike, another legacy member. Thank you guys. Are
awesome.
Thank you
guys. Thank you so much.
This means the world to us.
You switched from the good cop to the bad cop real quick.
And BOM, thank you so much. Everybody, become a member. Just help us out, man. Seriously, we want to build community. We promise you we have perks.
Yeah, but as Pepouni says, it's really important that we standardize these rules, because we can't run a professional international battle unless everyone sticks to these guidelines. We can't be making exceptions here and there for different people, even if they're our friends. We just have to make a standardized rule set that everyone applies by. And because of the family nature of this community, I understand why some people might assume now that they can just do that. We're not doing that anymore, guys. I would love to be able to, but it would make our job chaos. The amount of work it takes just to chase everyone, it's so much work. So if we can keep this standardized and everyone follows the rules, they're all listed. I know it's a lot of text. I wrote it myself, so I know there's a lot to go through, but it's the biggest battle in the world for beatbox right now. So if you just can take 5-10 minutes max to read through them carefully, make sure all of the rules are being applied in your wildcard, you won't have a problem. It'll make our lives and yours so much easier. Just before we switch off to something a bit more lighthearted, I just want to finish off some of the extra stuff that we've been announcing in terms of the rules.
Very quick, just thank you Gengar and Melly M for 2 more memberships. I know this is annoying. We always try to talk and now we're cutting in. There's another membership from D-Lo Music. Who the hell is this guy? Thank you so much for your membership, D-Lo Music. And there's John Ray Pamitan, thank you. And then a donation from Shadow Strike. I seriously and genuinely want to help you build the best community. Big ups to all of you. I would love to help out in any way I can. Thank you. Just become a member, dude. We want to reach 100 members. Help us reach that goal, and you make my weekend a golden one. And now back to Sinjo.
Real quick though, D-Lo, you're not a member yet? What the hell, man? I mean, big ups for becoming a member now, but it took you this long, bruh. Wow. I am disappointed. Yeah, shout outs to Ron. Ron? No, that's the Shadow Strike. Oh, nice. That's the currency. What is Ron? RON. What currency is that? I have no idea.
Let me have a look. We're looking into what right now?
Shout out for that donation, man. You're awesome.
Oh, I can't say what it is.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So
I got sidetracked. No, sorry. Before something lighthearted, you mentioned.
Yeah. So I wanted to mention some of the other key points that we've got in the rules. Some things that you should pay attention to. One of those other things we made a post about recently is basically family-friendly lyrics is an easy way to put it. But in general, we don't want to see anything with objectification, harassment, any type of abuse, something that can be considered to offensive to a group of people. It's Romanian currency. Okay, interesting. Thanks,
Shout out to Romania.
Yeah, shout out to Romania. Yeah, so in terms of lyrical content, please be family friendly. We don't want to be promoting any hate speech or offensive language or anything like that. I understand it can be hip hop, it's part of the community, but for this battle specifically, keep your lyrics clean if possible. I'm not to say you can't use swear words and stuff like that. That's fine, but in terms of specifically offending people in general, we want to try and keep it nice and clean. So we want everyone to feel good and feel welcome and create an open community that's available for everyone to be a part of. And to do that, that includes not accepting hate speech or derogatory lyrics or harassment lyrics or objectifying lyrics of any kind. So just in that sense, please keep it family friendly, guys. I think that's pretty much it. What did you want to say, mate?
I saw that Dilo is in the chat and he became a member. That's pretty cool. But I want to also say, Dilo, have you seen the wild card of Alem? Have you seen the announcement of Alexinho today? You are the only last person that has a free spot. You, as the judge this year, you have the opportunity to also battle. We need an answer very, very soon of you. Much love to you.
Putting him on blast in public. Damn, that's cold-blooded.
No. Big shout out to Dilo. Much love to him. He won the kickback battle. I just wanted to say hello to him, and I'm looking forward having him at GBB being a judge this year. It's going to be super exciting, and we're gonna have great conversations about it. But yeah, I want to just say congratulations on the kickback battle one more time, and just thank you so much for supporting and being a member, man. Much love to you.
Real quick, Shadow Strike. If you're talking about what I said before, but a battle is a battle. Yes, a battle is a battle. On stage, a battle is a battle. But in terms of the wild cards, we are asking people not to be offensive or derogatory or harass people in their wild cards. They can call out people, beatboxers. You know, a battle is a battle. You don't have to be offensive or use hate speech to make it a battle, you know? It's just
don't be sexist and be ugly and disgusting and gross. Read the rules, guys. Read the rules. Be on time. If it says 2 minutes, why would you record a wildcard that is 1 minute and 40 seconds long? It says 2 minutes. You are going to be disqualified from now on because we want you to pay attention and listen. And we don't mean it bad, we mean it nice. We love you, we take care of you, but we're running this competition. We want to make it official. And to make it official, make it bigger, and if you want to call yourself world champion of something, then you have to follow the rules. And the rules for solo says 2 minutes. And I'm saying one more thing that Aaron didn't mention. It ends on the 30th of April at midnight. So if you come in on the 1st May and 3 a.m. At CET time, it will not count anymore. So it says it finishes on the 30th of April, CET midnight, going into the 1st of May. By then, you have to have it submitted on our website. Don't just upload it on YouTube. We're not going to watch videos for hours on YouTube trying to find you. Submit it on our website. Be on time. Don't be rude in the lyrics. Very simple. And thank you, Valiras, for your SPX Lite membership. Much love to you and happy weekend.
That's... I love how quick you can flip from serious to loving. It's great. Yeah, no, that's a really good point, actually. Amount of times we've received them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours after the cutoff time, and people are like, yeah, but please, guys, please, we're not going to do that anymore. I'm sorry. It's such a huge amount of work to compile these wildcards. So if you're late, and you miss it. So don't upload it on the last day. Don't leave it to the last day like everyone does every single year. Spend some time beforehand, get it done, upload it 2 days before, 3 days before the cutoff. But I see so many people waiting until the last day of the window and then recording it that day, and then suddenly something happens with their internet. It's like, oh, but it's not my fault. My internet cut out, and now I can't upload. It's like, you had a month to finish this. So we're not going to take... Yeah, we're not going to take those excuses. We're not going to take those excuses anymore. I know it seems harsh, but it's the only way we can run this company and this event successfully without most of our time being spent on chasing people and logistics. We have over 70 or 80 artists, including judges from around the world traveling in, plus the production crew, plus however many guests we have. There's such a huge amount of work for chasing people up. We can't be spending time because your internet cut out on the last day of submission. I'm sorry. I know it sounds really harsh, but we have to say it now at some point, because it seems like people think because we've been friendly and lenient in the past that they can just walk over these rules. We can't allow that anymore. We have to be strict with this stuff. And it's how every other event of this kind in the world runs. If you go to Red Bull BC1, you think they're going to accept your video submission an hour after cutoff? They're not going to do that. We want to level up the quality of this competition and how we run it. So I hope you guys can understand that. Please don't hate us for being strict with these rules. It's just part of the system now.
Even if we're friends, it's going to be tough face that, but you then have not read the rules and you have not respected how we're trying to do this. And I think a month of an entire wildcard period is enough time, And I just want to quickly say, Michael Oranti, thank you so much for becoming a member as well, legacy member. Next week we do a live stream only for members. If you haven't become a member yet, guys, just join us, please. It means a lot. We won 13 members today. This is amazing. I'm super, super happy. Please comment more. Our goal is to reach 100. We will keep this goal up and all over the live streams that we're doing. But I want to point out one more thing about those live streams, those wild cards. Please take it serious, guys. You have to understand our position. It means really the world to us. In the beginning, when GBB happened, we were just inviting some friends or just tell some people, hey, you had a battle, your winner of the battle can come to participate in GBB, but we want to do something that is standing out, and I really want to put some emphasis on this right now. We want that you get the attention. We want you to get big. We want you to make a living out of this. We want you to grow. And one really important aspect is social media. The role of social media is so important. The bigger you get on social media, the higher is the chance that you can make a living out of this, because you can find gigs or you can find jobs or advertisements or whatever you can represent. You are an influencer, the more powerful you get. And we could just also say, hey, send us the wildcards per email and we're not going to publish them. But we want that the entire world is watching it so you get the attention, you can grow and you can become famous, or you just can make yourselves simply a name, for what you're doing, whether you make it or not. Right, Aaron?
I think there's a big underestimated potential in just the wildcard competition itself. I've seen so many videos from wildcard entries that didn't win, but they got huge amounts of views, and people made a movement on their social media because of it. So that's part of the reason why we do it. But I feel like this live stream has just devolved to us yelling at people.
Sorry,
guys.
Like,
hey guys, just do this. Like it's true.
It's emotional.
It's important. Yeah.
It shows also how much this means to us. We're taking it serious, but we're also getting older and we're getting tired of always running after people. Thank you for the legacy membership, Liam. Liam, this is so nice of you. Thank you so much. The 14th member today. I think it's a record, so I really, really appreciate it. We had never got so many legacy members. Thank you so much. Please, everybody that became a member, also stay a member. If you haven't become a member yet, we want to reach 100 members. Help us reach our goals. We want to also say thank you to Napalm, who just opened our eyes to this, and helped us out. This is amazing. Shout out to Napalm. He's qualified for GBB. His wild card was just perfect and everything, and the judges chose him. But we're out. We're not judging anymore. And there's also a membership of Leo, £5. Speaking facts, 2 jit gut, brush teeth twice a day. Yeah, you're right, man. Exactly, that's it. Wow. But most important is shout out to everybody that reads the rules, that follows us, because we are also putting in all the time of writing the rules, setting up the website, everything. Make sure you are on time, and hopefully you can make something out of it. Try to be creative. And then it's going to be fun for the judges watching your videos, and that they have fun. We're not judging anymore, so for us it's going to be even more fun than usual.
Usually it's something I'm loving it.
Very time-consuming. It's very time-consuming.
It's the first wildcard competition I'm excited for, because I don't have to spend hours and hours and days judging. I mean, I'm always excited for the wildcard comp, but it becomes a different beast when you have to judge that stuff. The weight of the responsibility you have on your shoulders, it can be immense, especially if you're in the company, in the team. But yeah,
maybe next week we can watch some wildcard videos together with everyone.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Oh man, I didn't even think about that. Would you guys like us to react to wildcard that you guys have sent through? Me and Pepouni can now do this for no. You should judge, bro. Oh, that's really sweet of you, but no, no way. I've got enough. I mean, guys, it's. I don't know how to explain this so that you understand, but the amount of work just to run it, like Pepouni said before. We're gonna go to Poland in a couple of weeks to go check out the venue. You mean there's so much behind the scenes stuff. So just the knowledge that I don't have to judge anymore for the wildcard is just a blessing. But I love that idea. Would you guys like us to do a live stream and watch just some random wildcards and react to them? Not as judges anymore, but just as fans. I love that, because I haven't done that in a while. Every time it's been to do with like judging and, you know, a job, this could be really fun. Let us know in the chat, guys, if you want us to just react to some cool videos from you guys for the wildcard entries.
I want to give a shout out to Hobbit though. He's a judge and he's in the chat and he became a member. He's just full on supporting and he will be a GBB. Massive love to this guy, man. I love you, Hobbs.
It's really easy.
Pints are waiting.
Don't listen to me. Don't listen to me, man. It's real easy to judge, right? You've got. It's not that hard. I'm just over exaggerating. So, oh god, this is devolving into a nightmare. I just want to mention, for those people, like what happens sometimes at the event is people may end up, some of the artists who are qualified may end up canceling. What we've done in the past is take the next person in line in the wildcard competition. Now, because we're having a new wildcard competition, the old wildcard competition is not valid anymore for that reason. So if someone canceled in solo, loop, or tag team, we're not going to do it for crew because it's too much logistics to get 5 people in. But for solo, for loop, and for tag team, if someone cancels, we take the next person in line in the wildcard competition to come in. And for that reason, we're actually going to give the next people ranked in line. So for solo, for example, we're doing 7 qualified wildcards for the new competition. The people who rank from 8th till 13th, so the 8th place, 9th place, 10th place, 11th and 12th place, sorry, 8th till 12th, they'll get a free GBB ticket so that you're there just in case someone cancels. And if they cancel and you end up getting a spot, all of the same conditions apply where we will cover the cost of the hotel and stuff like that, like we do for any other artist. But you'll get the chance to come in. So we will take the next people from the line of the new wildcard. For Loop Station, we're going to give out 3 tickets. So we're giving away 4 wildcards for Loop. That means the 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th place will all get a free GBB ticket from the wildcard competition. And for tag team, we will take the next one in line. So we're giving away, how many are we giving away for tag team? 3 new wildcards.
9.
3
Sorry,
wildcards.
In total, it's 9.
Yeah. No, from the new competition, we're giving out 3, like there might be more depending if people cancel, but we're giving away minimum 3 wildcard spots. So the person who's ranked next in line from those 3, the 4th place will get a free ticket for that. So just so you know, if someone cancels, we're going to take them from the new wildcard competition. And that's regardless if someone cancels who's qualified from the new competition or from the old one, it doesn't matter. They're all going to be taken from the new wildcard competition. Cool.
And shout out to MC Zany who has joined the chat.
Hey, Zany, share, mate.
Hope you're doing good, man. And yeah, MC Zany will be at GBB as well. Hobbit and MC Zany, I think, are judging wildcards for certain categories. We're gonna announce that, if I'm correct. But MC Zany and Hobbit will have a special role at GBB. We will announce it to you sooner or later. It's a secret, but it's something really cool that has not been done yet properly. So we're looking forward to that. And yes, MC Zany and Hobbit, we have to call soon about this. Let's
Shout out, Hobbs said goodbye. See you later, mate. Thanks for coming and joining the stream. Yeah, as Pepouni said, I hope Zany, I hope you're having the time of your life, and thanks for joining the stream. What was I had some other stuff, and now I'm going all over the place in my head, going on tangents.
We were talking about the free tickets if somebody's canceling or cannot make it, to have people on board. It means also those people that get a free ticket, even though they are not qualified, they should still practice and practice for the GBB, because if somebody cancels, you have a chance to qualify. But we also have a 7 to Smoke, and the 7 to Smoke battle will be happening on a different venue on the 25th on a Monday. This is the first time we're gonna have a Monday battle. This might be the biggest Monday battle we ever had. Practice still. You can be in the 7 to Smoke, and you can show off your skills there.
We take 100 people, and the qualifications are done at the event. So there's no pre-qualifying in that sense. There's some events. I think we have some events. If you've won that, you automatically get an entry. But for most.
From South Africa,
for example,
one of the African champs online,
yeah.
Shout out to
so we've taken the winner of the South African online champs to be automatically qualified for the Seven to Smoke on the Monday. But generally speaking, for the Seven to Smoke, we hold a pre-qualifying event in person at the hotel. So anyone who's a beatboxer who travels there, you don't have to be world famous or anything. If you beatbox and you come to GBB, you have the opportunity to stand on stage with some of the best beatboxers in the world and battle. So it's not just about trying to get into GBB. If you try to get in and you don't make it, I recommend still come to the event because it'll change your life. It's not just about competing. It's just being there in this environment. It's life-changing, man. It's why I'm here. It's because of this stuff.
It's why we exist. It's why we exist. But the Seven to Smoke will have a ticket sale as well, because we have a big amount of ticket sales for GBB. It will be just a symbolic price, but what happened in 2019 was a big problem for us. We just said like everybody can come for free to the Seven to Smoke, and it was such a small event. We had like the same amount of people that were inside of the venue waiting outside trying to get in. And it's just not fair that people had to wait outside. I highly apologize for that this just happened. Therefore, we're gonna give away for the certain amount of tickets that we will have. It's gonna be like €1 that you have to pay. But when the first comes, first serve, the person that pays for this, it might be €3. I don't know yet what the price.
Yeah, it's not about
save your spot.
It's not about the cost. This is just about locking in the right amount of people. Because what happened last time is the cops even had to come because there was just so many people waiting outside. We underestimated how many people would show up for the Seven to Smoke, and it wasn't just people who came to GBB. Like people who were living in Warsaw who heard about the event ended up showing up as well. So this time, what we're going to do is, if you have a GBB to come to Seven to Smoke, you have to have a GBB ticket, first of all. That's the prerequisite. Once you have a GBB ticket, there will be like it's just, what's the word again? I always forget this one. It's just a representative amount. So it's €1, €2, something like this. So we can sell tickets and know exactly how many people are coming. And then it's first come, first serve. So we will announce this with enough time. Don't worry. For now, no one has got those tickets yet. It's just GBB tickets that are on sale right now. When we will announce it all in time once basically all the tickets have been sold. So everyone who's coming to GBB will get the same chances to come to the Seven to Smoke. But unfortunately, the venue where the Seven to Smoke is not big enough to hold everyone that's coming to GBB. I wish it was, it would be great. But unfortunately, for the costs, it's just not doable.
And it's on a Monday. People have to work or go home. But I hope a lot of you will stay. I want to see a packed full house there.
Yeah,
but we will see. Maybe we should talk a little bit about the venue itself really quick. We were in Stodola last time in 2019. It fit 1,650 people. Then we wanted to go to Progressia that fits 2,000 people. Now we're going to the Expo Hall, and I'll let Aaron explain what's going on there. I just see one of the comments here of Sarah Edoha, she's asking if there is also a venue that is able to do a GBB in France. Yes, I mean, we could do GBB wherever in the world. Right now, the situation with COVID makes it difficult. I can actually imagine we're doing it again next year in Poland, probably for our last time, and then we can do it wherever in the world. But here is one of the main things before we talk about the current venue. We need to be in a city that has a great airport, a great infrastructure for transport and hotel, and all the services we need in order for it to be financed and for it to happen. And in France,
affordable.
And affordable. In France, I just see it happening in Paris. And Paris is not the cheapest place. We have to grow more in order to come to France, but it will be a dream coming true for all of us if we could have, and we can debate on this, but I say France is the biggest beatbox nation in the world. For sure, the best one. I mean, look at the GBB winners they produced in the loop station category. No, and the world champions, the last two ones in the male category were men, Alexinho and Alem. It's just they are really good. The culture in France is very innovative. The originality is there. We're proud of France, and I could see a GBB happening in France one day. Yeah. But I can see it also happening in the United States one day, or in China one day, wherever in the world it matches the best, we will go there. It could happen in Berlin, in London, it could happen in Portugal, it could happen in Italy, but we need to have the right venue, and we want to grow, we want to get bigger, and it's going to become a festival. Maybe GBB will.
I mean, it already is a festival.
It
Yeah.
is,
I mean,
but
it's a 4-day event, it's a festival, but it's
it's
not.
another live stream talk, this topic.
Yeah,
We want
well,
to talk about the expo hall.
this was a topic that was going to be talked about briefly at the end, the fact that we want to move to different countries around the world. It just really depends on the infrastructure. I mean, just moving to this is something that we kind of skipped over in the beginning, but we want to talk about 2019 event, how it was so different. We had to move from Switzerland to Poland. And originally then our idea was, hey, let's do it every year in a different country. And after moving it just once from Switzerland to
So
Poland, it was
hard.
so much work that we
Different
realized this
country,
is.
different language.
I mean, the one thing that will change is we'll get a bigger team eventually to do this. When we did 2019 GBB, it was just me and Pepouni. We spent a whole year together organizing this event together. And I mean, from my side, the level of anxiety I had was insane. When we were there in the middle of the event and it was happening, I was like, me and Pepouni had multiple moments. We looked at each other like, this is actually happening. We did this. Like it was mind blowing, that event, and the fact that it actually worked in the end. I'm still shocked that we pulled that off, but it showed us how much work it really. Now we have a full professional team running it. It's different, but it shows us how much work it is to move to a different country. So we definitely want to do that. I think we need, as you said, one more year in Poland, but that's the goal, is to eventually have it worldwide in different countries every single year. That would be amazing. I saw you had your hand up there, mate.
Or
What
yeah,
did you
or
want to
every
say?
2 years at least, because
Yeah.
it's so hard. We had everything in Switzerland, and Claudio Rudin, that we mentioned earlier before, the inventor of GBB, he set it all up, and he started his career as an event organizer with GBB, and he just set it all up. He had all the connections, and then we said, like, let's go to Poland because Darny said go to Poland
Shout
is
out to
the
Darren.
best. Shout out to Darny, and we love Darny so much that we just listen to him, because Darny is also an influencer, not only for the world on Instagram and on YouTube, but also in his friendship circle. He's a person to value, he's a person to look up to, and he's just a very smart and very intelligent personality that I have always pleasure with to work with. Sometimes it's, yeah, maybe difficult because we're coming from different cultures, but there's always the truth in certain aspects. And when Darny said, come to Poland, I knew we have to go to Poland, and we moved to Poland. And Aaron's based in Berlin, I'm based in Switzerland, and it was really difficult to go to Poland because we don't speak the local language there. We don't know anything about the law there with taxes or all this kind of stuff. It was super difficult to set it all up. So
We
we
now
pulled
have
it off.
Juliana Uos on our team. She's head of logistics, and she's actually taking the lead on running this stuff. So shout out to her. She does an
God
amazing
bless her,
work and
yes.
works her ass off. But she's Polish, so it's one of the reasons that makes it now much more easier for us to logistically run this. But yeah,
She's the Claudio Rudin of Poland. A
the
little
dream
bit.
is to have it on tour, but the logistics of running an event of this scale and changing the country every year, it's so massive. So we have to see what infrastructure we need to put in place to make that happen. But yeah, that's the dream. I think we got sidetracked again, but that was a really good point from Sarah. Sarah, was it? Shout out to Sarah for that awesome
Yeah.
question. The venue, the next venue, it's for those that were there at GBB in Poland in 2019, we're in Stodoła, which was a great venue, but it had a capacity of 1,500. The new venue, Warsaw Expo Hall, has a capacity of 5,000. So we're talking on a completely different scale here. This next event is going to be insane. That's just the main hall, by the way. That's just where the actual battle will happen. It can fit 5,000 people in there. The venue itself, the whole land there, the whole area, has a max capacity of 13,000 people. So we have a lot of options in terms of how we can run this. I understand a lot of people concerned because of the pandemic. We have backup options for every possible scenario of what we're going to do there, from testing people on spot to socially distanced. There's so many different options that we can do. So don't worry about that. We can't give specific information yet because we're so far away from the venue, from the event happening, that it's too early to say exactly how it's going to run, but it will happen. I saw a few people asking about the live stream being pay-per-view. Do you have any comments on that? Do you know? Because originally
Yeah.
in 2020 we were going to do pay-per-view live streams.
I can answer this question really quick. And before that, I just wanted to say I saw a comment. Somebody says, "Thank you so much, Darnie, for making the ticket more expensive." I just need to comment on this real quick. It's not Darnie's fault, man. Darnie is an absolute legend. I want to say that we had GBB planned twice last year after it got canceled. We lost a huge load of money. We booked hotels and hotels went bankrupt and all the money was gone and all this kind of stuff that is happening. We booked flights and we got most of the flights not returned. Some of them, yes, but it became really, really difficult. Not everything worked out the way we wanted and we just lost money. So we're going to a bigger venue right now and we're giving people that had a ticket last year a free ticket if they wanted to. And now we're trying to somehow recompensate ourselves on this entire situation. So you have to understand the price that there is, right? We always say we want to be cheap on everything, but it's just not possible. And the price in the future will be like this. So just always say for GBB, it's a festival right now. It used to be a small battle, and we wanted to make it always as cheap as possible. Yes, therefore was also the reason why we wanted to have a paid per view, because last year when we planned to do it in December in the Westin Hotel, we were not able to have any audience there. So the audience would have been the live stream. So yeah, we would have sold tickets, but I guarantee you this year the live stream will be for free for everyone. You guys can watch. If you want to make me happy in the live streams, just become a member. This is the fucking best support I can get. Sorry for cussing again, but it really means a lot to me. We made 14 memberships today. I will have a drink because of this after this live stream. Thank you guys so much. So yeah, the paid per view thing was a thing. Maybe in the future it will be a thing for special occasions, but we want to make sure you guys can obviously tune in and watch the stream. You can donate if you want to, but become members. This is something that I'm going to be, or our team is going to be really happy about. And one other thing that I wanted to say, I received a message from Hidefool that said somebody asked, is the GBB ticket including the entry to the Westin Hotel? No, it does not include the ticket. It does not include the entry to the Westin Hotel, but you can buy the Westin Hotel rooms with a GBB ticket.
Yes, right. I want to say something on that. I'm going to be real here. The beatbox community has been living in a bubble for a long time, and we've done our best to kind of keep it at that way in the sense of the prices of tickets. So even GBB in Switzerland, it was really cheap, but that was because it was subsidized by the festival that it was being run with. So there was a lot of things happening behind the scenes that are not happening anymore. And the simple fact of the matter is a 4-day festival like this, I mean, the price is still so cheap. If you compare it to any other kind of event on the same scale, it is so much cheaper than other events on this scale. So I understand people are used to a cheaper price because we've been in this bubble in the beatbox community for so long, but it's just not how the real world works. And to be completely honest, we've lost money on every GBB event. We don't make any money from this. We barely even break even to pay the artists, to pay everyone to make this event happen. It would be nice one day to actually make some kind of a profit from the event, but that's not our goal, and that's not why the prices are more expensive. The prices have gone up because it's just how much it costs to run the event. Unfortunately, we don't have these subsidies anymore that used to exist in Switzerland. We have a huge amount of cost to cover just to run the event, for the artists, for the logistics of everything. And on top of that, we've had to cancel 2 events. I mean, forget about just canceling the 2 events. The cost of running the event alone is a lot. But then last year, it crippled everyone. So we're trying to avoid having to pass those costs on to you in sense of losing the money that we did last year. That's not what this is. This is just how much it costs to run an event of this scale. So I know that people are used to a cheaper price. It's just not how festivals of this scale work. If you look at any other festival like this, an event like this with this many artists performing, this many days of entertainment, it doesn't exist for that price. You know, it just doesn't. So I'm sorry about that, guys. I would love to be able to keep it 40 euros for a GBB ticket so everyone in the world could come, but it's just not. We can't run the event if we don't do it. So either we do a GBB with this cost of the ticket, or we don't do a GBB. That's basically the two options we have. And I don't want to cancel GBB.
We still have tickets on sale. But before I come to this, Saber Wilder 3000, thank you so much for becoming an SBX Basic member. Everybody that becomes a member, you make my weekend and you make my life so much better. It means a lot to me. We're trying to build community. Everyone that is in this chat right now, if you haven't become a member yet and you really want to help us out and you really want to make sure we can further develop into the future nicer and smooth and be more involved with you guys, then become a member. This is one of our goals. We want to reach 100 members, and then in the future at some point we want to reach 1,000. So please help us out. But thank you so much. Every membership, we really appreciate it. To come back,
we got 15 members. 15 members. Yeah,
this is super nice. So we have 85 to go, guys. Make our lives easier.
Let's go.
Help us out. Help us out. But to bring it to the point, yes, we are here for the scene, and this is our life, and we will always stay in that. But let's not forget that beatbox is developing, it's evolving, as BBK would say. We should not forget the aspect
I miss that guy.
That we are going into bigger venues. You have to understand, to rent an entire venue where 2,000 people fit in, and then you lose that money, and then you go to an even bigger venue and you have to invest that money for it to make it happen, shows there's a lot of passion behind it, because otherwise you wouldn't do it, right? Because it is just crazy to do such a thing. We have to think very smart. What are we going to do? And we have to make decisions. And our decision was like, we have to make GBB happening. But for that, it comes with a price. We need to pay the hotel. Do you know how many flight tickets we have to pay? We have so many judges, and DJ Hershey and Honeycomb to be the DJs. And we have Asia Beatbox, and we have all these crazy people, and Scott Jackson as a host. We need to pay for everyone's flight, everyone's hotel, everyone's food. And we love everyone, but we have to pay for it. And it will be just really, really sad if it's not happening. Therefore, we need to come up as a solution together. And the idea is, out of everything, we make GBB one day longer for you guys. We add more participants to the categories. We just make the entire experience for you bigger, better, longer, more intense. But for that, we have to put the money on the table. I got to be honest with you.
Yeah, those costs you mentioned, to be honest, are very small compared to the cost of just the venue and the equipment. Like the actual logistics of running the event in the venue, like that's where all the costs come from, basically. Like the flights, the accommodation for the artist, that's a lot, but it's really the main core of it is running the event, the physical event in the venue with enough sound capacity. Like there's so many levels of it. We don't have to go into breaking it all down, but yeah. We just hope that you guys can understand, because it's a touchy subject for us, because we've always wanted to keep it lower cost for people. It's always, we've had arguments in the company before when we've talked about the subject wanting to increase the price, but it's just gotten to the point where we can't run the event if we don't do it. So when people ask these questions, it's one of the reasons we get so fired up about it, because it is really important to us to make this event inclusive for everyone so that as many people as possible can afford it. Because we do this, as Pepouni said, for the community. We don't do it to make money ourselves. And so it hurts us sometimes when people might suggest that we increase the price because we want to try and make money from the beatbox community, because that's the last thing that we want to do. We want to make an event that is awesome, that everyone can attend. And for this time, this is the cost of it. So yeah, I hope you guys can understand it. We just went on a massive tangent from one person's comment, but it's, as you can see, it's really important to us that people understand why we do this, that we do it for the right reasons. And that if there is a cost increase, it's for a reason. You know, we can't run this event without it, you know, and it's really important to us that we do it. It's you know, it's what brought me into the community on a personal level, but just on a scale of like watching the community grow over the years. I mean, there's so many different areas in beatboxing that have helped push the scene. I'm not saying that, but for me, it kind of solidifies that at GBB. Every year at GBB, you see the growth of the community and how much it's advanced for everyone. And it's so beautiful to witness. And that's what GBB is for us. So to try and make that happen, we have to do it this way.
I want to just point as an addition on your note, we love beatbox. Really, we do. We dedicate our lives to that. And we want artists to be successful on the one side But on the other side, we also want people that are consuming beatboxing have always a great time, always getting something new delivered on the table as a service. And it's really difficult to keep up with that, but we have positive faith and just a lot of good thoughts towards all this. It has to happen, so you can count on us. We will give our very best to make sure we're gonna deliver the best possible to you. So just simply thank you, and this is why we're doing these live streams as well. Thank you so much for hearing us out and trying to understand us. If you have questions, you can definitely ask us. We're going to try to answer this. We're going to try to make these live streams as much as possible just to be with you and explain our point of view, so we're not ending up somehow in any clashes, but we want to go on a path together. And it feels really good being able to sit here in front of the camera and talking to everybody. And I hope that you understand it and you can feel it. And just please know that me and Sinjo and the rest of our team, we love beatbox and we do everything for beatbox, and this will never stop.
Yeah, guys, I know this conversation, and we've been rambling a lot, but it's really important that we have the moment to talk about these kind of issues, because this is something these kind of things we've brushed over in the past, and it's led to misunderstandings in the community. So one of the points of these live streams is to kind of clear up these issues. And we can understand sitting here and just talking and no beatbox for a long time might be boring for you guys, but for the hardcore fans out there, we know that you see the value in this, and we want to try and bring this information to you guys in a more friendly way and just have a bit more of an open chat with everyone. I mean, it's me and Pepouni just sitting here having a chat together, which I enjoy. We want to do more of these in the future, so definitely stick through. Any kind of important information that is essential, we always put it on the website, on our social media. We make posts about it. This is more of an open forum where we can talk to you guys directly, a bit more relaxed and behind the scenes. And it's really enjoyable to sit here with you, mate. Now that I'm speaking, sometimes it's hard to know if I'm talking to you or if I'm talking to the crowd.
It's both. It's both. And
this is
Andre
fun,
Sousa
man.
became a legacy member. Hey, Andre Sousa.
Yeah, boy.
Now we
Shout
already
out.
have 16 members made today. 16. Thank you so much. Really, once we hit 100, I will beatbox for you guys again. It's for sure. Thank you, Andre Sousa. Your legacy. And Amit Kashyap. Oh, Amit from Swissbeatbox, head of education.
Hey.
Thank you so much for being a legacy member too. This is super, 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 super dope, yo. I'm really excited. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Everybody that becomes a member makes my day better, much, much better, because we also are having this extreme focus on building community, and it helps us to see and test things out with you guys. And we do have perks, and we want to bring it out to you. There will be discounts. And I'm just saying GBB tickets, right? We still have GBB tickets in sale. You can go on Instagram at Grand Beatbox Battle, go in the biography, and then you can go and buy a GBB ticket if you haven't saved one yet. But if you also a member, you will probably get a discount on a GBB ticket. Who knows? Things are going to happen. So just stay awake on all this kind of stuff. Help us out. We will give it back at you. We're gonna shoot it right at you for sure. We want to give you love and positivity. Thank you so much for all those memberships, guys. It's 16 people that made my day today, and I hope 17 actually, and I hope we will reach our goal of 100 very soon. So please stay safe on that. And let's come to an end. I would say we have one last topic to go through. It's the pre-qualifying events, and this is also a very interesting topic. As you know, the Great North Beatbox Battle is a qualifier. Beatbox to World that unfortunately got cancelled was a qualifier. Asia Beatbox is a qualifier. The future African champs will be a qualifier. Latin American champs is a qualifier. We're looking for qualifiers in Europe. We're having quite a bit of a plan here, but I would say we will announce much, much, much more in the future. But big shout out to everybody.
Let me just stop you real quick.
Who was a qualifier. Aaron, go ahead.
Just let me explain a little.
Khurshid Alam for the membership.
Khurshid Alam. Let me just explain that a pre-qualifier means that if you win that battle, you qualify for GBB. Just to clarify what that actually means for those wondering. So we have some events that have already been included in this list. If you win that event, you're automatically entered into the battle for GBB solo. In the future, we will probably be adding more events to that list. So there'll be other ways to get into GBB other than just winning a wild card. So just keep that in mind for the future. We're going to update that. We're going to make proper announcements about it. But we just wanted to touch on it while we're here having a chat with you guys. But I think unless we've got any other important questions, we can wrap this up.
I would say one more thing just about this topic. We are interested in qualifying champions. Wow. And we want to see people that win battles come to our event. So we will have an eye out on this. We will start to have more communications with people about this. It's important to us. And I can tell you that the wild card is still a thing. It will be always a thing, but it will get less. It's also for people that try to go to battles or just people that can't travel to events, very important to have wildcards, right? So you should be always able to hand in a wildcard. But we will try to cover the world and the entire ground, making sure everybody has a chance, and it should be live events, whether if it's online or if it's physical. The emphasis will be on the physical aspect because we believe here is a lot of future. For sure, the online world is future as well. Don't get me wrong here on this. I don't want to say anything negative about the online world, but of course, we had the pandemic. We look forward to physical battles again. We believe if people meet up in person physically, there is a big difference. The online world is something we don't want to underestimate at all. We value it and we want to include it into what our plans are.
I really want to say something on this because I think there's been a lot of misunderstandings with the way we talk about the online scene. It's so important to the development of beatboxing, the entire online community. So many things start there. It's just in terms of being a performer, a musician, to perform on a stage in front of a crowd is a different world entirely than sitting at home in front of a microphone in front of your computer screen. And that's why we talk about it in that sense of differences. It's not about that we don't value the online community. We value it so much. It's just in terms of being a professional musician and a performer in the sense of going on stage and performing for people. It's a different world than sitting at home on a computer and beatboxing into a microphone. And that's why we always highlight this difference and why it's so important to go to these live events and to see it in person. I mean, on a personal level, I had this problem where for a long time, my only impression of live beatboxing was YouTube videos. And I'm not ashamed to admit that I thought back in the day, Barbally, I was like, why is Barbally so good? Like everyone, it sounds average. And it wasn't until I saw him live on stage in front of 8,000 people that I got it. I was like, oh my goodness. Like that, you cannot replace that no matter how much importance is put on what evolves from the online scene is so important. But you're removing the effect of performing on stage. And that is such a huge element of this art form. And that's why we always put this emphasis on live events. It's not because we underestimate the online scene, but I've seen so many times people who kill it in battles online come to a live event in person and they bomb because they cannot handle the energy of being on stage. There's so many elements that you're underestimating that you need to know about when you're performing on stage. And that's where the online scene lacks. And so that's why we differentiate it. So please, guys, we love the online community. Please don't misunderstand us when we talk about live events. We're not dismissing the online scene. The development process in terms of beatboxing there is insane. Some of the stuff I've heard from these guys online is crazy. I've never heard that stuff in my life. So it's not about devaluing the online community. It's just about understanding that a live event is so different than sitting on your computer and beatboxing into a microphone. And that's the only reason we differentiate between the two. So I think I get this vibe now online that people think that we underestimate the online scene or that we dismiss it. We've never, ever done that. The only reason we stress so much about live events is because of that difference of performing on a stage in front of people and sitting at home on a computer online. It's a different world entirely. And if you underestimate that difference, it will bite you back. I've seen it happen before where people who kill it, they've got a huge ego because they've been hyped up online and that they've killed online battles, and they come to a live event on stage and they bomb. It's a different world. So I'm just preparing you guys in that sense that you understand where we come from, because I really don't want this misunderstanding that I see people commenting that we're sleeping on the online scene, or I don't know. There's so many different variations of this conversation online, and I just want to make it clear that we don't underestimate it at all. We think it's crazy what's coming out of the online scene, but it's a different world performing on a stage than it is sitting at home in front of your computer. So it's just important you guys understand that. So sorry for that ramble. It's just this is a topic that's really been weighing on my heart for a while now, and because we're all stuck at home for the last year and a half, the online community is all that exists for us, which is so beautiful. Like without the online community, we wouldn't have a beatbox community right now. So it's amazing that's happened. Shout out to all the guys who run those online scenes, the Discords, the different channels, all of that. You guys have made it possible to keep a community going. And without that, it would have been so much sadder. But I just don't want this misunderstanding to think that we don't value that. We do, of course, value it so much. But our focus has always been on live events and creating a career for musicians, beatboxers as musicians. And to do that, that relies on being able to perform on stage, perform at a venue, to tour as a musician. And that's why our focus is always laid there. It's not that we don't care about the community online. It's that our focus is laying in a different area. So shout out to everyone from the online scene. We love you so much.
But it could also change, right? I mean, the situation can always change, that online beatboxers show up at physical events and completely kill it and destroy everyone, and that the online world develops and the internet gets more reliable all over the world and gets faster, and more opportunities will be open. And I would say we should always have an eye on this, and we should always support and understand what's going on. We heard that people said we were not educated on this kind of stuff, but we want to know that we're actually trying to get ourselves into it. We're listening, we're watching, we're following technology, and we are always thinking, what kind of innovation can we play in? What is possible for us? What can we bring in so we can support everyone? Because everybody deserves support, and we understand with the GBB World League system, when we want to cover the world, we can't just cover the world entirely with physical events. Even though if we're going into every continent, there has to be an opportunity for online participants. There has to be an opportunity for wildcards. So we will have an eye on that. And I want to say thanks, X Devait, for your membership, and Sepsoni. We are at 20 right now. It will be really dope. We have 2 more legacy members here. Thank you guys so much for this. It will be nice before we go. And if you love us, if you want one more membership, if you have one more for us, then we are going into a really... Yeah, can we get 21?
Yeah.
Can we get 21? That would be so cool. The last one, the last member coming in to make our weekend a more sweeter one would be fucking amazing. Sorry again for cussing. I did it 3 times in the stream, but those members are just driving me really emotional. But yeah, thank you so much, Sinjo, then for what you were saying about the online world. I believe it's very true, and we look forward to see how many great names are appearing from there. It's a great fundamental place to just develop yourself, you know.
Yeah.
And it's very interesting. We should join the online world more if we can, for sure.
My point is that, like, a lot of people assume that we are not paying attention, and we are. It's just we're not focusing on that in the public eye as much because of these facts that I was just discussing. That for us, it's so important to build a platform for artists, for beatboxers to become artists and live from this art form. And we understand what that takes. And this is why we've put our focus on certain elements. And that's not because we underestimate the online scene. It's because of what our goals are personally. So I just wanted to make that clear, because we do love the online community and we understand how important it is. But yeah, thanks for listening to my rant. And I know that you think the same thing. This is just reiterating stuff that me and Pepouni have talked about so many times before in the past. It just hurts sometimes when people think that we dismiss the entire scene or area of the beatbox community just because we're not focusing on it every single day. That's not true. We are seeing what's happening, and we respect all the different parts of the beatbox community, but we choose to put our energy into certain areas because we're only a couple people doing this. We only have so much time and so much energy to do the stuff. So we have to choose wisely about where we put our energy into. And for us, it's always been about live events because of this. And now we're moving into a different age, different technology, different mindset. So we will try and evolve with the times and keep up to date. But yeah, for us, like for me personally, as a producer, as a DJ, as a sound engineer, a live event is incomparable. You cannot replace the energy of being in a live venue. And for those people in the chat who have been to GBB before, because I'm talking as someone who experienced this myself, where I was judging beatboxers from watching their videos online and thinking like, who's this guy? He ain't shit. And then going and seeing them in person and being like, I get goosebumps every single time I talk about it, because it's night and day. So this is why I get so passionate about it, is for me, this training of being on a stage. And so for me, my biggest advice is for those guys that have only beatboxed at live events, when you get the chance again, do everything you can. Go to open mic nights, go busking, go to any kind of a stage in front of people and perform, because you will see the difference is night and day, and it will change everything for you, and you become a better, more well-rounded musician or artist. So I hope that you guys can understand that from us. And thank you for listening to our rounds today. It's been absolutely a pleasure sitting here talking with you, Pepouni. I think we can wrap it up after those intense words, unless you have something specific you want to talk about.
No, I mean, I just want to say thank you as well, Sinjo. It's nice, and I feel like we have these talks every day. For everybody that is watching, we talk every single day. We're basically available 7 days in the entire week, where we have talks, whether if it's just in a phone call or just texting each other, we are talking. And it feels nice that we came up with this idea to open it up to have everyone as part of the conversation. I think it's important, and I feel really honored to do this. So I want to say thank you everyone for listening. I want to give a very special thanks to everybody that actually became a member. 20 members in one day. I'm not sure if we will top this ever again. So it means a lot. I wanted to have 21, but you know what? It's fine as well. You know, if you ever feel inclined, you know, to become a member and you haven't decided to be one today, you can always join. It doesn't need to be in a stream. And I want to say also Clipto, who also made another donation. Thank you so much. And everyone else who donated. Thank you guys. It means a lot to us. We really need help, and we really would like to put out the efforts on building community, and we get some really nice ground through memberships to do some cool stuff. I really, really appreciate it. So thank you very much for this. I really, really am very, very, very happy. And other than that, Grand Beatbox Battle Wildcard Contest, everybody good luck. Read the rules. Don't forget to hand in your wildcard not too late. Don't be too long or too short, otherwise you will be disqualified. Hand it in on the website, and if you just want to come to GBB, we still have tickets available. There's not many left, but we see how the situation goes. Maybe there will be more in the future, but if you want to be one of the lucky ones, then grab your ticket right now. Much love, everybody.
I think just for you, Thor Jensen, I'll drop a beat. He asked if I could beatbox. I'll drop a beat. I don't do this very often, but I'm feeling in a good mood. I had a good stream. So yeah, shout out to everyone on the stream. I'm going to drop a really quick freestyle. Please don't judge me too harshly. I'm terrible. I never train, but I just want to prove that I'm here for the right reasons. You know, I've been beatboxing since '99, and I'm this bad. Anyway, all right. Shout out to everyone. I'm going to do a quick one.
Better than me.
It's been a long time, man. It's been a long time. Thank you, guys. We love you all. Thanks, Pepouni, for being. Oh my goodness, what the hell? $50 US.
We have to stay for a couple more minutes.
You are so beautiful. Thank you so much for that amazing donation.
Let's give them a minute of hanging out just because of your donation, man. Who are you guys? Why are you doing all this?
Oh, you're so beautiful.
This is amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Maybe we still get our 21st member before we're bouncing out. But hey, Aaron is a really good beatboxer, actually. You could should join the New Zealand Beatbox Championships.
Maybe
or would you
one day.
prefer to judge it?
I would actually prefer to. I would prefer to judge it. I've battled 4 or 5 times in my life, and I quit early because I didn't like it. I've before that, long before that, I was doing DJ battle competitions. I came fourth in Australia for the 2011 like I won Queensland heat. So I've won some other competitions, and I realized early on I don't enjoy battling when it comes to music, because for me music is about self-expression, and when my headspace, I would go into this weird place when it comes to battling that I didn't enjoy. So just for my personal thing, I don't like it. But maybe one day New Zealand would be the only thing. I think New Zealand's the only time I would think about battling again, doing the New Zealand champs. For those who are wondering, I was born in Australia, but I grew up in New Zealand. So for me, that's my home country. I would be honored to battle there, but I think just for my headspace, I would probably be more enjoying judging the New Zealand, if they would have me. They probably booked me to do the sound though.
Who have you battled in the past? And did you win a battle?
I've beaten Shazam, which I'm very proud of.
Really?
I'm very proud of that.
I didn't know that.
I think he's also beaten me though, so I think we stand even at this point. I'm not sure. I can't remember exactly. I've battled Kevin O'Neill in the finals of the North Middle German Championships, like the pre-qualifier.
Yeah.
Who other big names have I battled? Soul Rock. Not many people will know him. He's an OG from Berlin. He's been beatboxing since the 80s. I can't remember. No, I think
quite a few battles though.
I've had 4 or 5 battles, and but like the biggest names in terms of our battles is definitely Shazam and Kevin O'Neill, I think. I've battled. This is behind the scenes. No one will ever know about this one, but the most dangerous beatbox battle in the world is what we called it. It was behind the scenes battle that no one will ever see. It involved drinking a lot of alcohol, a lot of Jägermeister, and I battled Collapse in the finals, and I won. Now, you win by losing. Just to put that out there. So I lost the battle, but I won the event. That was fun. Yeah. Shout out to Collapse, man. That was such a fun battle. Hey, we got another one. Sick. We're up to 21. Shout out to Sarah.
Merci beaucoup.
Thank you so much.
Pour ton aide. C'est vraiment très gentil. I think she was saying about that we should bring GBB to France. Because of you, we will bring GBB to France one day. Yeah, thank you so much, guys. No, but I want to say one more time, thank you, Rob, for your support of the $50, and thank you, Sarah, for the membership. Sinjo's beatboxing was amazing. I guess next week it might be my turn again. Let's see, maybe I'll just beatbox once we hit up those 100 members. We will figure it out. But we will obviously try to have another stream next week. Obviously, we also in 2 weeks we will be in Warsaw, Poland, finding out about the venue. If we have the time, we'll try to do a stream there together in person. It would be amazing. We can't promise you, but if not, then, the week after we will come back. We're going to try to do this regularly. Forgive us if we're not showing up every single time, but thank you so much for tuning in today. I really appreciated everybody that was here showing us love. And if we have something important to say, you can count on us that we will have another stream to talk to you, so we give you all the necessary information that you need. And yeah, just stay tuned. And please, if you hear this out, please, when we go and do another stream in the future, join us again and support us and spread the word about the important news that we're giving. So help us out that everybody finds out about it. Thank you, guys.
Thanks so much, everyone. It's been a pleasure. Thanks, Pepouni, for listening to me ramble for so long. It's been awesome. We're going to do more of these. So
likewise, yeah.
Big ups to everyone. Thanks again for all the members. You guys are killing it. We hit it, 21. Yes.
Merci, Sarah. And thank you, Rob. You guys are killing it. Thank you. Hope to see you in the next stream. And next week, by the way, I'm just saying it, on Thursday next week, we will have a special stream only for the members. And then hopefully on Friday, me and Sinjo will come back together to talk, or just maybe have a Q&A for you guys, and maybe watch a few of the wildcards,
Yeah, let us know if you want that. And in the comments afterwards as well, for those who aren't watching now, watching in the future, future people, please let us know in the comments if you want to see more of these talks with me and Pepouni, because if you guys hate it, what's the point of doing it,
Exactly.
If you enjoy it, please let us know. It means a lot to us, all your comments. We read a lot of the comments, even if we don't reply to everything. It really means a lot. So thanks, everyone, for your support. We love you all, and we'll see you in the next stream. Peace out.